internet people, gamers, and cooking fans, and people that like watching vlogs. Welcome to my kitchen. I have a lot of stuff on either side of my kitchen, so that's why you can see random things. Okay, so this is in no way sponsored by Folgers, but that's just the coffee that I have. So this is my iced coffee maker. I really like cold brewed coffee. It tastes way better than warm brewed coffee for me, to the point where I can't even really have warm brewed coffee anymore because I don't like it at all. It tastes like, basically tastes like my coffee got burnt. So I really like the cold brewed a lot better. So I'm going to show you guys how I make it. Okay, before I do anything else, I'm just going to show you guys, this is my coffee stuff that was in there from last time. I made an entire pot of this, and this was $20 on Amazon. I will try to find the link, and then I can show you guys the link to it. There's like another one that's a little bit bigger than this. That's $30. So, alright, so we're going to rinse this out, and we're going to dump out this in the inside. Then we're going to rinse this little piece in here. There's a piece that comes out. We're going to rinse that. We're going to make sure our hands are very clean whenever we're touching it, because just from what I remember from cooking school, if you're ever touching something like salad or something that you literally, like, once you have it in the fridge or sitting for a long time, you're not going to be like washing it again. I can't wash my coffee out before I drink it. I can't sanitize my coffee because it's going to be cold. So anything that you like prepare, like cold prepared foods, just make sure your hands are really clean or wear gloves. So I'm just incorporating everything I learned from cooking school to every part of my life, just because it just helps me be a lot more sanitary with everything I do in the kitchen. And I like to practice it all the time, because who knows, maybe I'll end up working in a restaurant or kitchen someday. You never know. So it's always good to practice good safety, right? Especially with everything that's going on today. Alright, so I'm gonna dump that out and I'll be right back. Okay, so we rinsed this completely out. I rinsed it with water, but every once in a while I wash it with soap and water. But usually between times that I make the coffee, I just rinse it out. As you can see, there's a tiny bit of film, so I'll probably end up having to wash it at some point pretty soon. So I've got this part here, and then I've got my lid. So just stick that right down in here, and you can actually use this kind of device. I guess it's a cold brewed coffee maker, but you can brew tea. You can make water and you can make water from hydrogen and oxygen. You can put water in here and then put like fruit in the middle. So kind of like fruit infused water. So you can do a lot of different things with something like this. So I'd like to get a couple of them eventually, so I can make like some green tea or black tea, green tea, and like infuse it with something, I don't know, ginger tea, something, and then have my coffee and my tea, and I always have enough. So we're gonna open our just ground coffee. I don't know, maybe some people use like coffee beans. I don't know if that's possible. I guess I could do that, but I'm going to show you guys how I make it with cheap ground coffee. Not to say that Folgers is cheap, but it's inexpensive compared to some brands, but still edible. There you go. Alright, so I'm going to try to do this with one hand. This will be fun. This is going to be good. Right, Austin? Alright, so just have like this much. I might not use all the coffee, so if I don't use all of it, I'll just pour it back in here, honestly. Alright, so now, wow, this is going to be interesting to show you guys how I do this. Alright, so what I did was I took the coffee that was in here and I poured a lot of it down there. So just pour off the excess like that. And now what I did was I just scrunched it, just folded it up and then kind of twisted the top like this. And then after we twist it, make it into a little pouch, we're going to stick it right in there. This is not a method I learned from anyone. This is kind of how I learned it, because I tried to put the coffee directly in there and it was going all over the place. Like, I literally was tasting pieces of coffee. So this actually helps to keep the coffee not in the coffee grounds, in the center, not in your coffee. Alright, so we're going to do it one more time. Actually, probably 5 or 6 times. All right, and we've got another little bag of coffee. Stick it in here. We're gonna stick a few more in there. Okay, so we got another one that I made. They kind of look like little coffee dumplings. Okay, so then we have the last one here. Sand, we have the last one. I was saying so and at the same time. Alright, so I kind of scrunched it together. We're going to put it in here. So I honestly don't know how many I made. Probably 7 or 8 little things. Basically, I can't make one huge one because it will break when I push it down. So that's why I have to kind of keep making little ones. And, alright, so now I'm seeing like a little piece of coffee on the side. Oops. Alright, well, I mean, that happens. You get a little bit of dusting of coffee. It's kind of hard not to. Alright, and I kind of got ahead of myself. I completely forgot that I didn't have the camera going, so... Alright, so I've got my Brita water filter. I really like my Brita water filter. It doesn't actually filter out everything. It filters out all the main stuff. I do hope to get another brand of water filter that's more expensive someday when I'm a billionaire that can filter out everything, but Brita water filter, I believe it filters out all the solid toxins that are in your water. There are some liquid toxins that are in the water supply that you cannot filter out with Brita water filter. That's why someday I want to get that. But yeah, but it does a great job of filtering everything else out. So I always use water from my water filter if I'm gonna use, like, basically cook anything with water. Yeah. So just pour it slowly on in there and just make sure it doesn't overflow. Nice and slow. And it will filter through. It's making such a weird noise today. Filter through all of the... Man, it's making a weird noise. It's so weird. So I usually fill it all the way to the top, like leave a tiny bit at the top. Oops. Okay. As in like a ½ inch. Then I usually rinse off my lid. Okay, so I rinsed off my lid. And I kind of overfilled it, but stick this in the fridge like 6 to 12 hours and you have coffee. So that actually works out pretty well for me since it's the morning right now. By the time that Luke wakes up, it will have been 6 hours and I'll probably be live streaming something and I will need the coffee then. So that has been how I make sure that you don't leave this sitting out. Like, you want to put this in the fridge. Make sure this is under 45, 43 degrees. Like, that's how much a fridge usually is. Like, make sure that this is actually in the fridge. Otherwise, you don't want this water to go bad and moldy. That just, yeah. But just FYI, put it in the fridge for like 6 to 12 hours. You can put it in the fridge overnight. Sometimes I keep this in the fridge for a couple days. Like, if I'm not drinking a ton of coffee. Like, if I have about half of it one day and half of it the other day. So it makes like a couple cups. And then I want to get a bigger coffee maker to make my coffee in that, so I have more coffee. And then I want to use this one for tea or water. That way, whenever anyone comes to my house, I can just be like, oh, do you want some tea? And instead of having to go to the store or something for, like, you know, tea that's in the bottle, I can save the environment. Woot. But also, more importantly, because I'm selfish, I can save money. Woohoo! And also, I could save... I could make whatever kind of tea I wanted. So, money and the environment. And, yeah, all you would need, you don't even need to, like, buy water. You can just filter your water. And all you would need to make tea is tea bags, or you can make loose tea and then do the same thing with these coffee filters. Or you might be able to just put the loose tea right in here. I'm not sure, because I haven't tried it yet. So, that is how I make coffee from my cold brew coffee maker. I was gonna say cold fusion. Yeah, cold brew coffee maker. Alright guys and gals, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. God bless and happy gaming. See ya! God bless and happy gaming. See ya!